Word.
Thank you. Hopefully I can articulate this. So I guess my question pertains to empathy versus sympathy. If you could maybe elaborate on how to view empathy when maybe it's not something, or I guess how to empathize with something that maybe you aren't able to relate to. And we had the big power outage during this ice storm. Our power went out for a couple days. Freezer was out, and my wife lost a whole bunch of breast milk. And so that was like one of those situations for her that it had a big enough effect, it affected her for a day or two. And I relate, and I'm sad to see my wife sad, but it's not something I really completely understand. And so
I want to make sure I get your question. Stay at the mic, because I want to do something with you real quick. Your wife lost a lot of breast milk when the power outage went out. And I know because we breastfed our last 2 children, and my wife had the freezer bags, and there was a lot of anxiety. Okay, so let's do what is your wife here? Where's your wife at? Do you mind coming up? I don't want to put you on the spot, but let's give her a clap. Okay. So I want to make sure I'm just getting consensus from your wife, right? I'm not going to put you on the spot, but I just need you to say yes or no. Okay. When you became a mother, was there an initial pressure that you felt that almost was a borderline perfection? Like you wanted to do everything you could for your child? You get a yes?
Yes.
Okay. Did you feel like it was your responsibility innately that breast milk was an indicator of how you performed as a mother?
Yes.
And you felt like that was a deep role, and you tied your identity as a mother and as a provider of your child's welfare and life to that breast milk.
Yes.
So, and I don't want to go too deep too fast. I already see there's emotion. I apologize for that. I want you to come flooded. But I want your husband to see how quickly I got there. Because you said you understood, but did you really understand? Did you understand how deep and rooted that connection was for her? We're not just talking about breast milk. We're talking about her identity as a mother, one of the major roles in her life, something that she feels responsible for. And to understand that means you have to be willing to hurt at the level she's hurting at. But if we walk around saying it's just breast milk, then we're not at the capacity to hurt the way she needs us to hurt with her. Because it wasn't just breast milk. Did that help you? And I do apologize. I didn't want to get you flooded, but I wanted your husband to know that feeling and how deep that was and how connected we are, especially as a parent. And there's a book I want to refer you guys. It's called The Female Brain. I read that book when my wife was becoming a mother, and it helped me out. And then when I got to graduate school, I did a research paper on that book. And I learned that physiologically, a woman changes when they become a parent. And if you can identify that change is correlated with their ability to provide, and God did that intentionally, because when that baby's born, you want the mom to do whatever it takes for that survival. That's why first-year birthdays are so big, because the mortality rate is heightened. Like if your child gets to 1, that's half the battle, right? And her major responsibility is what? Keeping that child alive. And the child's life was attached to the breast milk, right? So that's what I mean by going so deep into the bedrock of that emotion to be anchored to life or death. Because as a father, if I said to you, this was your child's life, what does that do to you? That's empathizing. Going to the level where it's about your kid's life, not just breast milk. Did that help? Yeah.